Hello everybody, welcome to your 3-5 lesson on scatter plots and lines of best fit. Our learning target today, we are going to use scatter plots to describe the relationship between two data sets. We will be able to fit a function to linear data shown in a scatter plot and use fitted functions to solve problems in the context of the data. We will be able to interpret the slope of a trend line within the context of data. So we have some vocab to put into our notes. A negative association happens when the y values decrease as the x values increase. And I put tend to. The y values tend to decrease as the x values increase. Negative correlation, when the negative association suggests a linear relationship. So when your y values are decreasing as your x values increasing, by the way, maybe let's give you a visual of that. So here's my x-axis, here's my y-axis. As your x values are increasing, the y values tend to decrease. So that's what a negative association would look like. And we would have, let's say, data points that kind of are trending down as your x's increase. We would say that it has a negative correlation if the association appears linear, kind of along a straight line. No association, when there is no general relationship between the x and the y values. So what that could look like is, here's our x, here's our y. Maybe we have data points, a scatter plot that just is not showing any sort of pattern, positive or negative. Then we have positive association, when the y values tend to increase as your x values increase. So what that looks like is, that's your x-axis, your y-axis. Your y values are increasing as the x values increase. So the data points would follow along some sort of positive pattern like that. Positive correlation is when that positive association suggests a linear relationship. If it appears to be in a line, it's suggesting a linear relationship, and then we start to use the word correlation to describe that. A trend line is a line that models the data in a scatter plot by showing the general direction of the data. A trend line fits the data as closely as possible. So these red lines that I drew in, those would be considered trend lines. They are following the trend of the data, fitting as close to kind of the center of the trend as they can.